The NBA draft lottery just lit the NBA world on fire, especially Knicks fans. But now that we know where teams will be picking, we can make an official 2020 NBA mock draft. Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Luke, and if you're new, make sure to go check out my other videos. I post some pretty lit content that I know you will enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into this full lottery NBA 2020 mock draft. If you didn't watch the draft lottery yesterday, we saw the Timberwolves land the first pick, and this team can really use a young stud to help this young core. So with this first pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be selecting LaMelo Ball. Now let me explain real quick, okay? I've been preaching for years that D'Angelo Russell is made for the shooting guard position. I've always said that if he had a great playmaking guard next to him, his game would be freed up heavily. That's why I was so happy a couple years ago when the Lakers were about to draft Lonzo Ball and put him next to D'Angelo Russell. But they ended up trading D'Lo before they can do that, so my hopes kind of got down on that. But now there is a time for redemption, and now D'Lo finally has that opportunity. So LaMelo has God-gifted talent, and his overall basketball IQ is what brings him to the number one spot. So I think this is a perfect fit for LaMelo, and this will help the future in a major way and will definitely help D'Lo. Now, the Golden State Warriors ended up landing the second pick, but they will not be selecting here because the 76ers are coming in with a blockbuster deal. So, as rumored, I have the Warriors trading this pick in a very unassuming, surprising, crazy blockbuster deal. Now, you gotta get ready for this trade because it's gonna blow your mind. The trade I see happening is Andrew Wiggins, the second pick, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2024 first round pick for Joel Embiid. Now look, this trade gives the Warriors team that center they've always been looking for quite some time. I mean, they never really needed that center. They were a super team anyways, but as crazy as this deal sounds, it makes a lot of sense for both teams. I mean, the 76ers are getting a lot of picks and building for the future, and they have been rumored to trade one of their stars for a while now because it's not really working out in Philadelphia. So I think it makes sense for this trade to happen here. And what this means is that the Philadelphia 76ers now have the second pick in the draft, and with that pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, they will be selecting Anthony Edwards. Now, Edwards will be the future next to Ben Simmons, and this pick fills that shooting guard spot for them because, let's be honest, Josh Richardson isn't the future, and he's more of a bench player anyways. But look, Anthony Edwards is a tremendous scorer and has boatloads of potential, and he would be a great fit alongside Ben Simmons, like I said, and adding Andrew Wiggins to the mix, that would be great. I really like the direction the 76ers would be going if this deal went down. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Now, moving on, the Charlotte Hornets ended up landing the third overall pick, so with that pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Hornets will be selecting none other than James Weisman. He was the highest ranked player coming out of high school, and his talent has always been there. He did have some complications in college, but Weisman has always been dominant and has always been an amazing inside threat and shot blocker. The Hornets definitely get their center for the future here to finally replace Cody Zeller, and I can see Weisman doing big things year one. The Chicago Bulls jumped all the way up to the number 4 spot, and they get themselves a good one here. With this pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Bulls will be selecting my favorite player in the entire draft, athletic freak Obi Toppin. Now look, Obi would be a great fit for the Bulls, and he can jump right into that small forward spot for this team. Obi is made to be dominant, and his shooting ability along with his post scoring ability is too hard to pass up on for this Bulls team. Not to mention this dude is super athletic and super huge, and these players are very, very rare to find, so the Bulls are snagging Obi here at 4. The Cleveland Cavaliers ended up landing the 5th pick, so with the 5th pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Cavs will be selecting the best foreign player in this draft, Deni Advija. Now, the last thing the Cavs need is another guard, and it's looking like they will be re-signing Andre Drummond. So if they drafted a center here, it might turn into the Mo Bamba situation. So I really like Deni Advija here. He reminds me of Evan Fournier, and he's very elusive and can shoot the rock from pretty much anywhere on the court. He's a very raw player, but his build is the exact build of future NBA stars. So I think big things can happen for Deni and this Cavs team, and this hopefully will turn out nice for the Cavs. The Atlanta Hawks ended up landing the 6th pick. Now, this is not what the Hawks fans hoped for, and I know every Hawks fan's dream draft. The Atlanta Hawks will be selecting Issac Okoro. The hole I was talking about was defense. They seriously don't have any good defenders, and taking the best perimeter defender here in the draft is definitely the way to go. I mean, he has the potential to be a serious 3-and-D player, and he's also pretty athletic. I mean, Issac Okoro can definitely knock down the 3. In my eyes, he can turn out to be a better Robert Covington, which is kind of what this Hawks team needs right here. So this is going to turn out great for the Hawks, no doubt. The 7th pick was landed by the Detroit Pistons, and with this pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Pistons will be selecting Tyrese Haliburton. I've been calling this dude the second coming of Steve Nash for a while now. I think he just has that God-gifted passing vision, and his ability to make his teammates better is just outstanding and is perfect for this Pistons team. And knowing that they need a future point guard, Tyrese has serious potential, and although his jump shot is a little bit funky, it goes in and can also be tweaked to look a lot better. So Tyrese is a project, but he has the base to be an NBA superstar, and he already has that passing vision and IQ that the Pistons really, really need. So this is a great pick for the Pistons, and I think they might have got their future point guard here. The Knicks somehow got unlucky again and landed the 8th pick, and they get what some people would call a steal here in Killian Hayes, but I never saw what other people saw in Killian Hayes. I never really noticed the true potential, but he is a nice foreign point guard with a silky jumper, and he does have potential for this Knicks team, so I could definitely see this pick happening, knowing that they need a point guard. So hopefully they don't mess it up, but it is pretty funny to see Knicks fans get mad every year. The 9th pick was landed by the Washington Wizards, and with this pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Washington Wizards will be selecting Sadiq Bay. Now look, this dude is a shooter. Dude can put the ball in the basket. And the cool part about him is he plays like a point guard with the ability to play 1 through 4. So he's really special. He's a really special player and has some pretty crazy athleticism. And his defense is also solid. So all-around special player that the Wizards are getting here. And he'd fit really well next to Rui Hachimura. Or Mora. Still don't know how to pronounce it. The 10th pick was landed by the Phoenix Suns, and I know who I want for this team. With the 10th pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Phoenix Suns will be selecting Devin Vasell. This dude is a defensive monster and hustler, and is also someone who I know James Jones would love. Vasell also has a deadly jumper, and this dude is just an athletic 3-and-D player who would be great for the Suns team. He can really play 2 through 4. I mean, he is 6'7", and this is an outstanding pick for this Phoenix Suns team. The 11th pick in this draft was landed by the San Antonio Spurs, and they are at a great spot to get my favorite center in the draft, Onyeka Okongwu. Now, before you guys go crazy, the reason he fell so far is because literally all the teams from picks 4 to 11 do not need a center, and it would not make sense for any of those teams to take one. The Detroit Pistons just traded away Andre Drummond, so I think they'd be better off getting a point guard than just a replacement. New York Knicks have Mitchell Robinson, Washington Wizards have Thomas Bryant, Phoenix Suns have DeAndre Ayton, and that leaves the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs have a wide open spot here with LaMarcus Aldridge at the 4 and aging, and they obviously get a big steal. Big O is just an athletic shot blocker who has a lot of skill in the post, and his jumper is coming along nicely. I mean, this dude can blow past you like he's a point guard. He really reminds me of Bam Adebayo, but he has the potential to be a lot more than that. So again, he does not deserve to fall this far, but most of the team needs before this pick don't call for a center. Now this 12th pick was landed by the one and only Sacramento Kings, and right here, they might get a replacement for Buddy Hield and Josh Green. Now Josh was a beast in high school and kind of had a down year in college, but at the same time, his potential was still there, and it still is there. He literally screams potential. I mean, he's an amazing defender and has the tools to be one of the best wing defenders in the league one day. I mean, his ability to stay with his guy and move his feet is literally astronomical. He's long and athletic, and he will literally never let someone blow by him, like I said. He also can shoot the rock pretty well, so this dude has the potential to fit right into Buddy Hield's spot when the Kings decide to move on from him, which they probably will. The 13th pick was landed by the one and only New Orleans Pelicans. Now, if you did not know, I watched a lot of Pelicans games this year because I'm a huge Brandon Ingram fan, so I kind of know what this Pelicans team needs. So with this pick in the 2020 NBA mock draft, the Pelicans will be selecting Cole Anthony. Cole was a very hyped up player and still is a very hyped up player, and his draft stock fell mainly because of the struggles of North Carolina and his injury, because he's proven to be injury prone over the years, which isn't something that teams like. But Cole is still the same player he was in high school, and maybe even better. He's an amazing athletic guard with a nice jump shot and great basketball IQ. So he's exactly what the Pels teams need, and Frank Jackson is trash, so he does not deserve to be the backup point guard. So Cole Anthony could fit right there. Now with the last pick in this 2020 NBA mock draft, the Celtics will be selecting none other than Aaron Nesmtih, or Naismith, I don't know how to pronounce his name. This dude is a scoring machine. He averaged over 20 points in college, and he can knock down jumpers at a very consistent rate. He can really be a stud off the bench for the Celtics team, and he can literally play 2 through 4. He has so many ways to get into the basket, and he has a variety of moves that he pulls out all the time, so I really like this pick. Anyways guys, that'll do it for my mock draft. I really want to know what you guys agreed with and disagreed with, so make sure to comment down below. And make sure to check out my other videos. Like I said, I post some pretty lit content that I know you will enjoy. So anyways guys, I'm out.